I want to try and get in one more long Let's Play before my sort of No Man's Sky vacation ends. And I definitely have a few concrete goals right now. Tell you what, first off, I'm just going to head towards... this is the trading post that I discovered most recently. The one that I followed ships in with. I don't think I was recording that, but I actually managed to trail some ships in. After buying the Zoomio here. Over here is the big mess of monoliths that I used to attempt to map and sort of circumambulate, I think, my home base, unless my home base is over here. Basically, this technique did not work as I wanted it to. Instead, I lost my home base in a fog of monoliths. And my idea today was going to be to clean up some of that mess, but it turns out I may have more pressing matters because, first of all, workaday life is about to get underway. I won't have as much time to do this by far. I need to be in position to jump when I feel ready. And that's also taken on a couple of new implications as well, because I've been doing some reading online. And one question that's arisen is how possible it is, how difficult it is to find your starting world again. And there is, of course, a variety of opinion and no official version I can see. However, one idea that has been raised, or one speculation that's been made, is that your starting system is a custom generated system that's a one-shot just for you. And that if that's the case, once it's gone, it's absolutely completely gone. That does not, if I want to make my way back here, which this place is beautiful to me and I absolutely do, at least want to be able to, that would obviously be a bad thing. That idea was disputed by a few other people who claimed that you could go back, it was just very difficult to find, because apparently No Man's Sky does not show you the planets you're from. As a matter of course, it sort of nudges you onwards, and I can understand that. They want to nudge you onwards in the story, and the best way to do that is to hide the breadcrumbs. The other reason to do that, would be that if you have new players or confused players, you don't want them accidentally revisiting the same system when they had meant to go to a different one, especially when the resource cost for visiting a system may be high, right? So that all makes sense. One idea that was raised for how you could make your way back was, and this I think was a very clever idea, I hope it's true and that it works. Basically, as you've explored systems, they show up in a log, but they show up along with other systems that are nearby. So what you do is you turn off your network connection. I'm on a PS4. You turn off your network connection and scan for discoveries, and the only ones it's going to be able to find are your more recent ones. That makes sense. I hope that's true. I'm kind of counting on that. But all this means... Oh, is this... no, it's not. It's a sandbar. All this means that the pressure, in a way, is on to get myself in position for eventual departure. Well, first of all, for saving an instance of this quantum reality, this game on a flash, as I had mentioned, that I could load up later and restore, and branching off. And that's tied to the decision of which ship I take. This has been one of the major dilemmas so far. Currently I am in, and there's sort of a whole saga to this, which if you look back about 4 or 5 videos or fewer, there are at least 2 about purchasing the ship I have now, the Zoomio Kina S38 here, which I love, and it is a freighter and is completely different from another one, which is a scout, a hopper. In fact, looks kind of like a grasshopper, which I also love. And I have absolutely no idea just yet which one I want to take into the great beyond and which one I would, save here. Now, this ship feels very solid, very heavy. I like how the animations reinforce that kind of let's fly over land. Reinforce that kind of sensation. It's a good use of animations and this kind of thing. Every cockpit is different. The feel of it when you land is different. That's great. This ship feels It feels like the navigation may be about the same, but psychologically it feels a bit bulkier and heavier. This one will, in time, basically as a different class of ship, even though I was offered and jumped at the chance to grab a starter version to grow. You know what I just realized? I'd have to grow this thing here too. Because it won't show up when I hit other systems. All right, yeah, because I think each system generates a fleet of ships, maybe half a dozen or so, and those are the ones you see over and over again. When you leave a system, you see new ones, and most people wouldn't notice this because most people would be leaving systems all the time, so every single set of ships would be new. But I've had the chance to buy and rebuy these ships and see the same 7 pilots several times because I've been on, Kainad Ren for a lot of this time. It's not the planet I started on, actually. That's Akar Razai, but let's check it on the map. Yeah. Remind me at some point, to use this situation, which is a couple of planets in this system discovered and named by someone else, as evidence against the idea that systems are one-offs and custom-made. At any rate, I need to decide which ship that I'm going to upgrade and which ship I'm going to instance out of and save to Flash. And what I had been leaning towards was saving the Grasshopper and jumping out of the system in the Zumiokina. I'm genuinely torn. But I can only upgrade one more time, actually, I think, because it's looking quite clearly like once I do, I'll be at a size threshold that's again going to put me out of my price bracket because the next jump is going to be very large. Anyway, so my goal in this Let's Play, this is going to be, I would say, not no commentary, but maybe sparse commentary. My goal is to first of all, grow capacity, and my route towards doing that, just to have direction, I guess, is going to be to head somewhat into this swamp of beacons, of monoliths that are mapped, try to find my original home base station. I might turn away from that path if it just seems inefficient. Honestly, you know what? Really, if my goal is to stock up and get out of here, and because any one area of the world is going to be much like any other, I may just stay in one place. The one downside of that will be this stuff is always going to be on my map, and that's going to drive me crazy. I could attempt to make a speed run, hit all these sites, and not even tap, that would be almost unthinkable to me, but not even tap the monoliths, just hit the locations, because then in theory I could, if I wanted to, find them again in gray if I'm close enough. But secondly, I don't have the time to do all that, but I really need to clear the map, at least of this. This stuff, way over here, I don't think I can clear. This stuff goes all the way up to the pole, North Pole, because that was another mapping strategy I tried to use with limited success. So, first things first, I need to sell cargo, so let's get to a trading post that I can actually find. The one of 3 that I've actually been able to keep track of. I was at least able to find again the one to the north, the one more sparsely or sort of less surrounded by monoliths. Hazy up here. In the end, I think this might be the best strategy for mapping a trading post, is mapping only one undiscovered monolith site as near as you can to it. Because obviously this is working out for me. Whereas the giant swarm of... My thought was that I could circle a location by hitting the signal scanner a number of times. Didn't work out very well for me. Still don't have the hang of this near or sort of upper atmosphere jump thing, or kind of arc thing. You know what, the ships, I should try to do what they did, what the ships I followed in did, the AI ships, which was get right above the thing and then just cut straight down. I'm going to try it. 19, 18, 17, 16. Ah! These guys are probably headed the same place, far out. Whoops. That's alright, it's alright. But that is absolutely what they're doing, I think. Ah! Not perfect. Aye! Yep, navigation. Fun. Not even navigation, just, there we go. I bet those ships are going to get here at the same time as I do. It is at least good to know that following ships around the planet will lead you to trading posts. Yep, that's it, alright. And then cut down. That's pretty good, and getting better at this. Still sometimes overshoot it. Alright. Not quite home, but closer than most. Just for fun, go ahead and chat with Captain. This is Envoy Mundarger, and see where this is priced right now. This is why I say this feels a bit like Oregon Trail as redesigned by the HAL 9000. There are definitely these bookkeeping and small trade decisions, which are different from when these things are done in a multiplayer, because it's the system. First things first, buy. Actually, that's dumb. First things first, sell. Okay, really I should have taken a look at my inventory, but I know for a fact, well, down, but I need space right now, so I'll go for it. I've been trying to only sell when thing is at least a little above grade, even though I'm told not to do that. In fact, I'm being punished for doing that right now because of the prices. I'm going to wait on those. Power canister. This might be all I'm willing to sell right now. Okay, well. Alright, let's take a look at the ship. So this is a 26 slot at 235. Comparing that to my notes so far, it's exactly the price. The first one I saw, 62 per slot. I would fly out of here feeling pretty confident if I were in a 28 slot ship. And I've seen a few of those. I haven't seen any larger or smaller than 26. They've been either 26s or 28s, which I find interesting. All right. So I don't need to write that one down because I've already sampled that one. I'm going to take a look at my inventory. Give him a chance to take off if he wants, and they almost always do if you're not standing next to them. So there's going to be some inventory management in this one. There's just no getting around it for me. I've got such cramped quarters. It's sort of a focused goal. I'm just not going to be able to hold on to stuff like this. Oh, I could sell my Chrysanite. Alright. Then, of course, sometimes if you don't sell to whoever's there, they'll leave you high and dry. Luckily, at these sites, you also have access to the network. What I don't have though here. Oops, pardon. Ah! Selling my aluminum, chrysanite, bypass chips. Oh, actually, that's great. Chrysanite's not great, but good enough. Do. Always need plutonium. I always buy plutonium. In fact, I wasn't thinking. I should have done that. Buy plutonium. The iridium and the platinum I'm going to need for some upcoming crafting that I'm going to need to do before heading out of here, which is why I am at great cost to my inventory right now, taking them. The rub is I can't... Oh, there we go. Okay, now, this is the other guy that I'm really hoping to grab. Wait, don't fly away, Captain Heus. Let's talk. One of these two ships is going to be the one I leave here in. I think, well, let's see. I think I've seen this guy before now. Yeah, once. And it was $378 for an 18 slaughter. You know, I don't know. I really love the way this ship handles. And I love the way the cockpit feels. You know, if you're going to be in it a long time, then again, eventually I'd have to upgrade it unless I could find my way back here. Let's take a look at the ship first. What do we got? 18 slots, 410. See, that's an increase, but I'm writing it down. Actually, it's 411. Round it up. Calculator. Divided by 18. 23 units per slot. It really does pay to do this if you're looking at buying a ship. It's very illuminating. It seems as though the cost per slot, and therefore the cost of ships, goes up, on some sort of a ramp. I don't know that it's exponential, but I don't know enough about how that stuff works. All right, I'm not... Okay, I'm staying close, because I want to trade... I'm maybe selling my relic. Oh yes. Attempt to buy. I've started to have cards. Oh, and I also need to buy zinc no matter what. Okay, so buy zinc. I basically have a few little cards with some of these ingredients written on them so that I can try and remember to buy them when they come up. Zinc is there. Great, good price. Zinc, it turns out, you can gather it from the little yellow flowers, but it's labor intensive. But I need it for my underwater breathing, which makes gathering iron infinitely easier. So it's worth it every time. Don't see antimatter. That's fine. Anything else? I think probably iridium, actually. I hope I don't do too much of this, but I'm just gonna play. This is my last chunk like this, so I'm not gonna apologize for myself. You can forward ahead if you want to. Although I will try to make it worth your while and make little notes as I go, such as the fact that plutonium is mining iron underwater is infinitely easier than doing it above ground because of how long it takes to tap the source, which calls sentinels to you. It's not that they cannot go underwater. They seem to be a little clunkier about it though, or maybe more reluctant to do so. And I'm not going to worry about pricing right now. I'm only trying to settle up my inventory. Where am I at? Oh, I have to go to a different ship to buy more zinc and iridium. Great, good. I'm going to fill this thing up. Well, that's not entirely true. Alright, I do need to hit another one. What I can do is buy some... Oh wait, let me do one thing here. I found that this is good luck for letting them know you're interested in the ship. These little animation sequences are my take a drink of water gaps. Let's see if you compare. Okay. Ignore that. I think that's it. Shoot. That's not what I wanted to do. Arg. I think I'm in this phase where Twitch habits are setting in. Forget it, I'm letting this thing go. Got a space? I'm forgetting the first law of No Man's Sky. Slots being more valuable than whatever might go in them. Take a drink of water. Okay. Right. Still need zinc. Maybe only one more iridium. Oops. Let's do this while I'm here. They seem to like these, so they make a good way to balance out your cargo load a bit and make a little headway. Okay, is that all? Yes, that's all I'm doing. Alright. Another place for zinc and herdium. Faster to run across, unless he takes off. Oh, that's annoying. There we go. Well, you live and learn. I mean, I've been able to really experiment heavily on this world to try and find my way around. So I definitely have learned a lot. Okay, no more herdium for me. I'm cut off. Right. Quite a creepy little robotic refrain rhythm there. Tell you what I'm going to do here. Anyway, whatever. Great. You know, maybe we should just do that for a little bit. I still need, I'll tell you what, I probably should stay. See if I can get any more zinc. And he's gone too. Fine, guys. They sure do get in a hurry sometimes when they think you're not interested anymore. Cut off from those two, and cut off from zinc. Okay. Bye. And they left me all alone. Alright. Manage the old inventory here. Put this zinc by the unit that uses it. Elements together. Carbon, same thing. It's taking up space. I probably should get rid of it. I really I don't know. See, when I leave here, there are several more technologies I'm going to need to build, may need to build to beef up my exosuit, possibly my ship. And those two are the elements most useful for that, at least from the recipes I saw coming up. Last time I sold them all, and I therefore could not do building, constructing. I don't know. First law of No Man's Sky, I don't know, it's conflicting. I definitely think there's something to it. Let's actually make sure I'm there. But first, let's see if they want a few more of these. Come on now. It's a bit tedious. So are many things in life. Gives me time to think. Which ship? I need to get back out there. And I cannot upgrade my ship before I do it. I can't. Here's the deal. I can get an infinite supply of iron. On this world, I can get an infinite supply of iron anytime I need. Plutonium is hard. I've basically stocked my ship with just the bare minimum needed for the ship. This to power its pulse engine, surpluses and 3 slots of plutonium as a backup because it's so precious, because it fuels so many things and fuels my takeoff. I really would like this. I would really like to be carrying basically as much plutonium as carbon in this bay. If I had that plus the extra here, I would be happy. It's like the perfect setup. Sorry, hello. Perfect ratio, I guess. Unfortunate. That's okay. Okay. I should head out pretty soon. Tell you what. I'm going to have to do a little bit more of this. So, I think what I'll do is cut this off until I'm done with this piddly part of it, and turn it back on when I'm ready to head back out. Sometimes this station is weird. Sometimes they come in right through the floor. Alright, so let me get over here so I can check the going rate on this guy for my own calculations, and then when I'm in the zone, I'll go ahead and end it here. Familiar sight? Alright, see you in a few.